Welcome to episode 119 of We Have Issues. I'm Anthony.
And I am Stevie Wildcard.
And every week, Stevie Wildcard and I get together and we do our best to take all of our various life issues and we trick them into calling Liam Neeson and telling him that they stole his daughter. And Liam Neeson just rips the throats out of our issues and we get something done, Steven. Yeah, that's it. I mean, we weaponize Liam Neeson's all day and we just get stuff done. What better way? It's either that or John Wick, and he's busy. We can't, he only has so many puppies, you know?
And John Wick just goes too far. You know what I'm saying? He goes too far. He gets
true. How many issues? Sometimes I learn from my issues and I need to tackle them to some degree. I can't have John Wick just going up there and bullet timing crazy matrixing out our issues. No, we have to face them to some degree. So we get Liam Neeson on the job and he just does a mediocre action job. He's just older now. He cannot take out the issues the same way he
just takes out some of the core ones, the very important ones, but he leaves a lot of the mid-range bad guys to set up for sequels of problems.
And then he just looks at us and he's like, "Good luck," and he walks away.
And he walks away.
That's the other guys. What are you now? You're stealing his lines? What's happening? So every week we try to get something done. Most recently, we've been working on a supernatural action horror comedy comic called Deathless, and issue 1 is finished and beautiful. We're getting ready to ship stuff out.
I've already boxed some stuff, so yeah,
yes.
It's shipping. My goal is shipping this week, so that's what's happening. So
heck yes, dude! I'm so excited to get those freaking books out. So this week, what did you want to get done? Speaking of that,
I wanted to get page work done. So this week, I completely roughed the entirety of page 1, and I have about 75 to 80% of it completed. I will send you that.
Yeah,
yes.
From what I've seen, it looks awesome so far. I love it. I'm so excited to start with in the world of D&D, and we kind of have fun with it. You have the dice rolling, the die rolling across the page. It looks great. I'm so excited for everyone to be thrust into that world and get to know those characters a little more than we got to in the first issue. I wanted to write as much as I could of issue 2, and I friggin' finished it, Steven. I finished
so awesome
draft of issue 2. I finished it. I was fighting with myself a little bit, and I kept running away from the freaking page, which I hate, but I was like, I need to do it. I need to sit down and freaking do it, and I did it, and I came up with a couple of running jokes throughout the issue that I think work pretty well, and you read it. I mean, did you?
Yeah, I loved it. It was hilarious.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited. I think it's gonna be. I know it's an ambitious as hell issue for sure, though. You have a lot to draw in that issue.
Yeah, it looks pretty crazy. But I feel like what I've done so far is try to amplify what you haven't over described. So that's what I'm doing with page 1. So that way I'm just training my hand to be super detailed on things that don't need it. And that's I just posted a quick video to Twitter of me texturizing the sandbag,
right?
And if people could only see how small that sandbag actually is on the page, it's so much detail.
Just nothing at all. Most people wouldn't even put a face on these characters. Hashing out the texture on a sandbag.
Yeah, but I just feel after seeing things get printed, it's very impressive how digital translates to print and how clean and how vivid you can actually see even those very, very tiny details. So I just wanted to go crazy, and that's what I'm going to do.
And your art is just getting so much better and better and better. I freaking love it. I can't wait to see what this book is.
Have you noticed for not Brian, I can't think of Jeff. Have you noticed the slight vulture nod to Jeff's kind of wardrobe?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That little bandana face mask.
To the Scavenger's character, dude. It's so cool. I love it. I feel like we're gonna get back to Scavengers at some point. Just through everything, we're slowly gonna find our way back to that world.
I feel like Scavengers would be a nice short run, a nice 15, 20 issue run.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's the kind of story that we could tell just in an anthology almost, and it doesn't need to be this huge, But anyway, speaking of art and working hard on things and creating things and working through our struggles, Steven, it's been brought to my attention that someone in the writing community is going through some things at their home, and I think it would be kind of good of us to point out their GoFundMe page below.
Absolutely.
there's Batwomanda has been a great part of the writing community and art community. She has an Etsy and all of this. Like she makes incredible art, really cool T-shirts, really cool stickers. But she's been going through a tough time.
She's very talented, man. Like
super talented,
super talented.
Yeah, and like I've seen her stuff, and like I can see, just like I talk about all the time with your art growing. It's just like when you see that evolution, it's just like, oh, this is so cool. This person's like really developing, and there's craft, and it's sweet to see, and it's heartbreaking to see anyone go through such like a tumultuous time. I definitely identify with living in this like in precarious situations. I haven't always had the best living situations, so it's I definitely identify with it, and I want everyone who has. I know it's the holidays, so it's hard for to we're already emptying our pockets and throwing it under trees and such, and doing what we can. But if anyone does have an extra couple of dollars and they want to throw it toward a really good cause, I think that helping out Amanda would be a fantastic way to use that money. So
absolutely,
we're gonna post all the links below. Go check that out. Sorry to bring the show down momentarily, but I think it's important, and it is this season. So if you have anything you could possibly offer to her, just go check out our links. Maybe even if you don't want to donate to the GoFundMe, go buy some T-shirts from her. Help her out. Like buy some stickers. Yeah. Her art is really good.
And like it's good art anyway. So I mean, like if you were gonna buy someone some like cool vinyl stickers or cool like art pieces, like her art's amazing anyway. So you could like double down and get someone a gift and support her cause. So
100%, dude. So I hope everyone goes and checks it out. Steven, on a more like a strictly selfish note, just all about me now, Steven. Just bring it back. Let's bring it back. This is on a more selfish note over your selfishness. I'm like, my hair looks like crap, bro. Like it's okay. We're gonna take a quick break so Steven can do his hair.
I'm gonna have messy hair this episode. It's called Messy Hair Don't Care, and people are gonna love it. You better love it. If they can't love me at my tangled mass, then they can't love me at my golden glory, all right?
If they can't handle me at my tangled mass, they don't deserve me on my perfect ass. Steven Todd. Steven Todd, Peggy Hill.
That's like the second quote I have. I don't do the rain dance if you can't handle the thunder, and then that's all I have.
So Steven, I feel like lately my brain hasn't been working the same way. Like I feel like lately I'm not remembering things the same way. Like I don't know what it is. Like it drives me crazy. Like there are some things where I'm like, I'm pretty sure I knew that information. Like someone at my work today was like, did you know that Rowan Atkinson was the voice of Zazu on Lion King? And I was like, no. But I was like, how did I not know that? How did I not know that? And I was like, maybe I did know that. Did I know
Zazu was all like, I'm going to win. Like he said it 3 times.
But that's just like one example. But it's been like that. It's been that way where I'm having a harder time pulling names and words like from the stratosphere from my brain. And I'm scared. I don't want like my vernacular to shrink or like my lexicon to shrink or but it's weird. It's one of those weird things where I'm noticing it. I'm like, oh, I'm not grabbing actors' names as quickly as I used to, or like movie quotes aren't coming to me as fast as they used to. I'm like, my brain is turning to mush, and like I was like, why is this happening? Who am I? And I don't know. I don't know if it's like a matter of like my body's trying to protect me from like, don't make any more memories ever again. They're all bad. Everything's sad. Never remember anything. If you remember, you are an Etch-a-Sketch from now on, sir.
Your memory banks. It's like, so yeah, he's really going through it right now. Rowan Atkinson as Zazu. No, that definitely is going to trigger something. Toss that.
Nope.
Toss that out.
Toss that. Get rid of all the joy. Like, yes.
Put down that it was Carlos Mencia. Really mess with him. Like,
just
dead or whatever his real name is.
Break his heart again. But I don't know. I don't know if it's like some like weird conditioned response where like my body isn't sure if it should keep like making memories or like what if I'm allowed to think about things, because like it's been crazy lately. And like it's not like I have trouble processing thoughts and like having ideas and like writing. I wrote a whole comic book and I'm coming up with jokes and I'm doing that, but like Memory wise, I'm not like, I feel like if I had a memory palace, it's like I moved to a new location and I'm not sure what room everything's in at this point. You know, like
Mm.
everything's in a box suddenly, and I'm like, oh no, I knew where all my books were on the shelf, and now they're in a box, and I don't know how to find them. You know, and it's weird.
Where is Compendium Volume 1 of movies from 1984 to 1984 and a half? We have tons of books, and where are they?
Where are they? I know I have them. I've purchased this library. I've spent time studying these books. I know this information. And it's like, it's never been an issue for me. It's always been one of the, like, you know, my parents, everyone knows I love movies and like movie trivia and movie quotes and stuff. And I have a good, like, historically great memory. But recently I've had so much trouble just like pulling words. I'm getting to the point where I'm just like simple words I have to like track down through like a context of other sentences, and I'm like, okay, wait, this one like synonym for this, and it's killing me. And I'm just like, I'm hoping it's just like I think it's just like a symptom of like a depression that I was going through, that I've been going through recently.
Well, I mean, it is like it's impressive to me, like, because someone like that, you know, and we talk about this all the time, but going through moments in like depression and anxiety, I remember like a lot of like physical and emotional ailments during like my breakup with Tina back in like 2013. Like there is like a lot of crazy stuff that comes with like that kind of situation. So like
Yeah.
I can completely understand that. Like it's like you're a shell at the moment, and like you're just like you're reconfiguring. You're like in like the Dragon Ball Z stasis pod on planet Namek while everyone else is fighting all these battles, and you're just trying to hurry and heal, you know, like that's
I need to heal, Steven. It's been rough. It's just been so weird, you know? And like, I mean, I feel like I'm doing my best to make this the last thing that I can't talk about in detail on the podcast. You know what I mean? Like because I always want to be respectful to people. I don't want to be like, hey, here, I'm going to overshare about, you know, this particular thing with this person that I was in a relationship with. And like, I don't know, just not that I would ever say anything that I think would be hurtful, but just in case. I don't want to, you know, I'm trying to kind of like just beat around that particular bush, you know? And it sucks. And I don't like it because I am feeling things right now and I'm going through this. But it doesn't feel appropriate to talk about things like specifically, so it freaking sticks, you know. And
hence why World of Beard mandate needs to happen, huh?
Yeah, Steven, I need to hang out. But dude, I've just been going through this stuff lately, and it just stinks. Like I know I'm at the end of it. Like I know that. I know I'm like I'm just like kind of washing my hands. I'm figuring it out. I'm taking the steps forward. It's just like, you know, like, you know, I guess it's kind of like, you know, you go out in the water in the beach or something, and you're like out in the deep, and then you start walking toward the shore, and you feel the water, and it's kind of like lowering, but then you fall into like this like mini trench, and you're like, oh, I thought I was over the crap. Okay, more water than I
that
thought.
Was just a sandbar. There's actually much, yeah.
Yes, and that's
I'm also kind of imagining it like, you know, like this storm comes and snaps your line, and now the line is snapped, everything's severed, so you're good, like it's all cut, but now you just got to wait for CenturyLink to come out and reconnect that damn line to reality.
So what we're saying is I need 6 to 8 months of just begging for any kind of closure here. No, that's freaking CenturyLink. Where you're lucky. But oh man. But I don't know. I've just been going through it, and it's been rough. But I'm getting through it. I threw myself into the writing a little bit, and I think I was able to write some really funny stuff. I actually started curating my Anthony Dates Robots bot chats. So I'm gonna compile like a book of those. I'm not really sure what to do with it though. Because I think it's most effective in the picture state, so you can see the natural order of the conversation. And I think that if you take those conversations and you just take the text and try to translate it over in text on a piece of paper, it won't read the same way.
I think you should stylize it. What I think you should do is I think you should format like a page as if it's a written book.
Yeah.
And then like with the margins or whatever you need for bleeds and things like that. Yeah. And then put like cool word balloons as if it's a text. Right. But then maybe at the end of the book, do like a thesaurus of like all the actual conversation. So there's proof. You're not just creating.
Yeah, I think, because I think
but that way, because like those colors and stuff would look too blah on the page.
Oh,
but you
for sure.
but you've gotten really good at word ballooning, so you could
Yeah.
do some really cool like
Just
word
kind of
balloons
create
to
my
make
own
it.
stylized version of a
And
text message
dude,
to recreate
you
it.
can even do like a light novel where you have some imagery, like you
Yeah,
draw and doodle some stuff. Like that would be
yeah.
fun. Make it a fun experience,
That's what I was
And if
thinking.
you
So
need help, I'll doodle stuff for you too. I mean,
this is
obviously,
my book now, Steven. This is mine. This is mine. No, no. Of course, I would love that. I actually because obviously I'm gonna need like pictures of the people. I'm gonna need like fun representations of the pictures they send me because a lot of them, like there was the one who sent the picture of Kim Kardashian holding the unicorn lamp, and that was one of my favorite ones. I was just like, I'm definitely putting this in there because like the whole time I was just talking about this lamp, and they were just not getting it. It was so funny. But I would like, but I'll need representations of that. But what I'm thinking is like similar to what you said, like a light novel. I think it would be kind of cool to write like little blurbs about dating and like how I ended up chatting with robots and why I would prefer that to dating real people sometimes. So I think it would be fun. Like so far I've compiled like I think I have like 4 that I'm like that are definitely going to go in the book. But I'm
they like make the cut of the cut, basically. Like they're
yeah.
like they're the golden ganders, the golden geese.
Yeah, dude. So I think they're good. I hope it translates well. I don't know. I feel like no matter what, it's just like a fun project to do. I'm gonna get it out there, and that way I have another book out there, and who knows?
And it gives you more word balloon like practice. Not that you need it, but it's just cool because like you've gotten really good at it, and I think that'd be a really fun way to do it. Like. Yeah. Have fun with the balloons, have fun with some art across the pages and things like that. And yeah, I think that'd be a cool way. Make it like an entertaining read, like just a blast of a time.
I'm gonna do it, Steven. I'm gonna do my best. It's gonna blow up, and it's gonna become our most famous book. Everyone's gonna know us for this. No, okay, Steven. So, like a couple weeks ago, I teased this thing by accident because I thought it was happening that week, but I was wrong. But Atlas, my beautiful 7-year-old video game like master of a child, nerd, like as nerdy as the day is long. Like best boy in the world, love him, sweetest little boy. Not the most athletic, however, Steven, he is now in his sports group. It's a weekly. It's he had this first one this Wednesday, right? Like first one, and he has this second one tomorrow. I'm so excited. Well, when you watch this releasing, so dude, first day I show up and I was like, all right, buddy, and I give him like a hopeful but like cautious pep talk, right? Where I'm like, this could go either way. This could go either way. This could be great. It could be so much fun. But no matter what happens, if you don't like it, you don't have to do it. So we'll figure this out. Like we'll get through this. But just try. Let's see what we can do. Don't worry. So we show up. Every other kid is basically eating paste. Steven, my kid is just on fire. Just like
he summoned the spirit of athleticism to that night.
It was so funny to watch the eye of the tiger, just like pure athleticism in comparison.
It was like a Hulk moment. That's the thing, Father. I've always been athletic. He just like charges in.
But it's just like the funniest thing is like, okay, so we show up and it's really just like 6 kids. It's like 6 kids and they are all the biggest goobers in the world. None of them are athletic. And Atlas shows up. He's slightly taller and more competent than all of them. And it was just so funny. It was so unpredictable. I just like I watched.
You were expecting like Johnny Sharp knees and Speedy McSpeedy.
I was expecting. Honestly, what I was expecting was like I was expecting a room of at least 10 kids where at least 5 of them were kind of like aggressive people who love sports and like their parents like push them to do this all the time. And like that was like, okay, if this is what we're gonna deal with, it's fine. Like that's what I experienced. Like when I played football when I was 8, and I was like, I was him. I was like I don't know, I like drawing and movies, and and like. And they're like, here, you're skinny, go play football. I'm like, well, I don't think that math works out.
Receive the ball, possibly kick, but that's what you do.
So when I played football, I went out there and it was just like people, you're like yelling at each other, and I'm like, I'm 8 years old, and they're just like, yeah, well, you better get out there and be a freaking man. Like, just like a bunch of like people hitting, like, just slamming each other, and I was just like, this is too much for my little. I don't want any of this. And I was like, okay, hopefully he doesn't have to deal with that. So we show up, and it's just like 6 kids, and 5 of them are like, I mean, just like tiny little like Billy Batsons, like there's not a Shazam among them. There's not like they have no chance, like they're all like I'm watching the coach, and he's like, this guy is trying to teach them how to play basketball because it's various sports, and like this guy's just like, okay, this is what you do, you take the ball and you just do anything but what you're doing. Like just and like he's doing his best. But anyway, my whole point is just Atlas was freaking amazing. He's just like making shots. He's like over here, like doing like dribbling like nobody's business. Like, look at this boy. He's so capable and amazing. My little boy. So I was like, I had to humble him, Steven. I knocked the ball out of his hand. I was just like,
he got me to come, and I tackled him real good. Like
real good.
He didn't see it coming. I clotheslined him. It was rough, but it was a valuable lesson.
You know what? Yeah, it's a valuable lesson. It'll never come up against me. Not yet. I'm still dead. No. No, it was amazing. It was incredible.
You just got thuggernotted. Bringing it back.
It was so much fun, though. I don't know what's gonna happen next week, but I've had such an interesting week with him because like he did that, and like another big like maturity change, dude, is he asked me if he could hang out with his friends from school at some point. I was like, oh God, like other people's kids and then other parents, and like, I don't know how to navigate this. I do not have the steady hand or the technology to deal with other parents, so it's just like, I can't. But I was like, I have to not do that. I have to not be the guy who's like afraid to go out because of parking situations. I have to like actually do the thing. So I was like, okay, I got this. So I spent time and I made these cards. I took index cards and I wrote like all of our information on it. I wrote his like Roblox name and our, my phone number and like, everything they have to know. And I wrote his friends' names on them, and he handed them out. Weeks go by, and I was like, ha, dodge that bullet. I did everything I could. I was just like,
there's a bunch of other parents that are terrified to park. Like,
oh yeah,
I go park, and
it's like, oh, this guy seems like he's interested in parking. I want none of that business. I'm like, I don't either. I know. I'm trying. So weeks go by, and I was just like, I'm safe. I'm good. We're in the clear. I did my job. I handed I brought the laundry to the bed. Like I did
everything in my power.
I did everything in my power. I did. So and then suddenly I get a text message, and it's one of his friends saying, hey, it's me. Hey, can I talk to Atlas? And I'm like, oh God. Yeah, I mean, that's why I did this. That's like, here we are. I'm just reaping what I sowed. Like, I made this bed, and he's going to go lie in it. Oh boy. So I give him my phone, and for the past week, he's been talking with his little friend on the phone. And Steven, this is what happens. So my son has a friend. It's this little girl who, if you recall, on Halloween, we went out and we tricked
the first one, such a banger right off rip.
Okay, so when we went on Halloween, he saw one person he knew, and it happened to be this little girl, and so they're friends. So they started talking on the phone, and we had to go to the store, and so we go out, and she calls while we're in the car, and I was like, you know what? I'm not texting. He could just have my phone while I'm in the car. So I just answer, I give him the phone, and I just listen. And it was the best ride of my life. It was so funny. So Steven, do you want to be, okay, you be the friend, I'll be Atlas, okay?
Sounds good to me.
So you're F, I'm S. So this is, I chronicled, I just continued to write all of these on Twitter because it was cracking me up. So we're going to read my son's conversation with his new friend on the phone. I'm going to be my son. Steven's going to be his friend. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. So, what are your favorite songs?
Well, you and Hudson and Liam and I have a lot of favorite things.
Oh, I said favorite songs.
Oh. So, who in class would you die for if they died?
No one?
What?
So then I interrupt and I'm like, buddy, she just means who would make you the most sad, buddy. Oh, that is you, of course. So then Atlas asks,
The
so my son,
the best version of like a little kid like Fred flirting or whatever
oh,
it is.
dude,
It's so adorable.
he's so sweet, and like listening to him, it's like they're so cool back and forth where like they ask each other questions, and I'm like, this is really cool because they don't have to do that. I could just like sit there awkwardly and say nothing, but he's like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna ask you about yourself and learn, information that I don't already know. So he asks, he's like, what kind of animal would you be if you could be any animal?
A kitten because you like cats.
But you have to stay in my room because my dad's allergic. You can't lick him or anything.
Oh, okay. I can be a turtle.
Phew! He's not allergic to turtles. So,
And I can just hear little Atlas's voice when he says "few" and everything because he's so
it's
expressive and so adorable.
so funny. So they're talking. So we get home, and he's like, "Dad, she wants to FaceTime," and I was like, okay, I guess, like I don't want to be on FaceTime. So I have to have a conversation with him. I'm like, look, you can FaceTime her, but don't like walk around the house and like show me. I'm gonna like look at stuff on my computer, and I don't want her to walk in and see me watching Evil Dead or whatever, which I wasn't, but you know what I mean. Like, just
yes,
I don't want.
I mean, your room has horror stuff, and you don't know what her
Exactly.
family's cool, like what
Yes.
things,
Yeah.
If he's a zombie for the first time, and it's because you're FaceTiming,
I ruined her. I didn't mean to. So I say I just give him like a little talk, and I'm like, okay, so this is what we do. Make sure you don't do anything inappropriate. You don't go to the bathroom. It's like you know what to do. And he was just like very cool about it. He's like, oh, of course, yes, dad, yes, dad, yes, dad, I love you, dad. So they begin to FaceTime, and I hear her.
I'm going to get changed.
So I just jump up and I'm like, what? No, hang on. Did she? So as I'm saying that, she just starts talking to Atlas. And she says,
I shut off the camera because I'm getting changed, but I'm still here.
so I'm just like, whew, like, and I start walking away. I'm like, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. So I turn around and start walking away, and I hear,
how do I look?
And Atlas says, cool, you look good. And she says,
I have to go to the bathroom.
Immediately, like right away. I'm just like, so I just turned
FaceTime is the worst idea ever.
Why are we FaceTiming children? Stop it. So I'm in my room and I'm trying to get Deathless done, right? Like this is when I was like pushing through. I'm like, I'm gonna get this writing done. Like this is my time. He's giving me extra time. I usually don't have this. I was like, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna absorb this. I'm gonna take all this time. I'm gonna throw it, all of my creative energy into this thing. All my focus is watching this. And what I hear from the other room, Steven, what I hear from the other room is caw.
God, I just imagine Will Arnett. Has anyone in this family ever seen a chicken?
So
yeah,
okay.
so Alice says caw, and then she says, I am Bunny.
And he says, yes! And they just both start screaming. And I'm like, why? And I just I get up and I realize that they discovered that there are filters on this message, like this video chat app that they're using. They're like filters. So they're just both being animals and ridiculous creatures together. And it's so funny. Anyway, there are only a couple more. I just wanted to say real quick. Because like the next one, so it gets sad. I wanted to get to this part because it was like cracking me up. So okay,
Jesus, it just read it.
Yes. Okay, this is so just only a couple more. Just bear with us because it's just so fun. It was so funny to hear this happen, and it was so weird because you don't expect it. Because as adults, we kind of have this like these like social norm rules, and we're like there's like this unwritten social contract that we don't break most of the time. We're like we have to be kind of kind to one another. We understand these things, and like sometimes we allow people to cross boundaries that we don't really want them to cross, and it's not a big deal at the time, given in this certain situation. You'll see what I'm talking about. But it's just funny how kids have none of that sometimes. Like there's just like it's so amazing.
There's no filter.
So this one, Atlas asks, "What's your favorite food?"
I like a lot,
but nothing with avocado because I find it disrespectful. Because my dad is allergic, so even eating avocado in front of us is disrespectful. And so I interrupt and I'm like, buddy, people can eat whatever they. So she just
Oh,
interrupts me.
oh, I wouldn't. Pizza.
Yeah, but not with avocado. So then they start talking about music, and she says,
Oh man, I like some songs, but I don't know the names. What are your favorite songs? Crate.
yeah. So he says, I like Crazy Train and My Eyes by Dr. Horrible. So he likes the song Crazy Train. We've been listening to the Punko's classic rock
Okay.
version of it, but he really likes that song, and he really likes the I cannot believe my eyes. Like he really likes
My Eyes is amazing.
My Eyes is amazing. So he loves My Eyes from Dr. Horrible. He loves it, and he sings both parts now, which is really fun. But he says, I like Crazy Train in My Eyes by Dr. Horrible. Have you heard it?
Nope.
He's excited. He's like, okay, I'll sing it so you know how it goes. It has two parts, but I'll try.
I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
Jeez.
What? Steven, what? Like who?
That was revenge for the avocados. That's what that was.
Yes. That was she's like, I'm gonna eat these freaking avocados. I'm gonna disrespect your father's grave as I throw them in his but like anyway, that's gonna be I just wanted to like get to that one and be like, what? Who are these people? Like how are people like this? But then she started getting a little weird and jealous, and I was just like, I don't know where this is going. I'm not sure I love it as a parent. It's gonna be weird. But whatever, I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to see what happens and deal with it when. But she asked if he talks to other girls.
I just saw that.
And I hear that from the other room, and I'm like, yeah, like not on the phone because no one else has responded to our our weird cards yet. But what a weird question for a 7-year-old to ask another 7-year-old. Like, are you speaking to other women? I'm like, what? Are you where do you these jealous?
So she's probably never seen a zombie film, but she's seen every rom-com since 2001.
Yes. So I don't know. I mean, I try to assume the best and just be like, who knows? Like maybe she's just a 7-year-old girl with a crush. Maybe I did like, and she has that's just in her social vernacular. I don't know how that happens, but like the funniest thing is like how oblivious Atlas is to all of it. He's just like, I don't know what she's talking about.
Cambria, I mean, and like you got to figure it's not like who would she be picking it up from, but like Cambria was the same way with Micah. Yeah, like her little like boy that's a friend, and like asking him if he talks to the girls and stuff. So I mean, it's just like I think some little girls just have that. I'm sure some little boys do too, but like
it's interesting. It's very odd to watch because like Atlas is very much like I was when I was a kid, and very much like I am right now, just like oblivious to those, and like he's just like unless you say you say it directly, or it is not happening when it comes to that stuff. Like I'm just like, no, I don't know. Sometimes people are just nice, right? Like, or sometimes they're mean. I don't know. You like the little girl just said she didn't want to hear the song. Is he supposed to be like she loves me? Like no, like I would not like that. I would put that in my book as like she has no interest in me as a.
I wrote it in my diary that night. Friend has no interest.
Seriously though, like if Steven, I'm telling you right now, dude, if I said, oh, this is one of my favorite songs, let me tell you how it goes, and you said I don't want to hear it, I would just never talk to you.
I'm good on that, bud.
I'm good. Yeah. I would be like, my heart cannot.
I just went to the store. I picked up 3 of that song. I'm good on your rendition of it.
Who sings that song? Let's keep it that way, bud. Lock it up. Never bring it up again. Dude, it's just crazy. It's been a weird week. I haven't felt very funny or interesting lately. I'm trying to not be too much of a downer on social media. It's been weird on there anyway, but like it sucks because I was like, I'm in a good place. I was starting to get in a good place, and then it was just like this, like I said, like I kind of fell into like a deep, trench that I didn't realize was still there. And I was like, crap, now I have to breathe. I took a deep breath in this deep water and I didn't mean to, and now I'm coughing and it sucks, So it's, it's okay. I've been there before. I know I'm making it out. I'm okay. It's just like, but it's just like going through it stinks, especially when it's like, we're doing stuff like this. And I try to post funny things on Twitter. I'm trying to like be a person who can eventually, do this and like, make comics for a living and stuff. And I know I know that comes with the territory of just being human. Like, I'm gonna be human the whole time anyway, but like it just makes it a little harder. And I'm like, I don't need that. It's already hard enough to get people to watch our show and like, subscribe to our channel, like, read our tweets and stuff. Like you already want to be entertaining.
I figured out with my tweets, I think the reason why I get such a dip is because I don't tweet like at all on the weekends because I'm so busy on the weekends. And so I think what happens is I get algorithm punished, and then I have to like earn my way back. And then by Wednesday or Thursday, I'm kind of good. But then Saturday comes and I'm just absent again, and it's just a cycle.
Yeah, I have noticed. It's funny because like I go through the cycles of thinking like, no, I need better tweets to get more engagement, and like I need like funnier things or like better questions or something, and like more people. But like honestly, I've noticed, like I have 100% noticed that like quantity just boosts everything for me. Like the more it's like the more nets I cast out, the more engagement I'm getting all around, no matter what, and like that's just how it is. Like I've been looking at my analytics lately, and like the more I post, the more clicks I have in my profile, the more likes I have, the more comments I have, the more engagement overall. And it's like a lot of it is stuff that I don't even think is interesting or funny. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I get so mad, dude. Like sometimes I'll post something and I'm like, that was a banger. I was like, yes, I got one. I got a good one. This is going to go, yes, watch this first ever viral. Nope, nothing. Just like dead in the water.
Crickets.
Nobody cares about that tweet. And I'm like, I thought it was funny. And what do I do? Do I delete it and then post it later when like 3 other people think it's fun? Like, fine, but I'm just going to keep doing it, So that stinks, but like I've been in a weird place, so I don't know. I don't really trust my judgment as insofar as like judging the quality of my own work or whatever when I'm in this place, because I'm just like, I suck, everything I do is bad, I'm just like, and I know that.
I think with you and I though, I've noticed this too with Brandon even, is we want this like super quality joke, but like there's usually like, I'm not saying we're complex by any means, but there's usually like a layered joke in there. And like the more layers you add to a joke sandwich, the less people that are going to like the flavor, but there's going to be one guy that's going to walk up. That's like, I love pickles, peanut butter, white bread, and maple syrup on a bun with some American cheese. It's my favorite. And it's the best sandwich I've ever had. And that guy's going to really appreciate it. But like no one else is going to touch that damn sandwich.
Yeah. I like, for example, I made a really stupid passing joke on Twitter where I was like, when the sun goes down, the cars become robots and they live again. And I was like, gargoyles. And I was like, no, gargoyles. It
writes itself.
So it's like, and like one person,
ka-chow. It's just.
One person was like, I feel like you have to be between these ages to for that joke to really hit. And I was like, yeah. No one is apparently. Not here.
I think you'd have been born in the summer of 1987 so that you would have been mature enough to really let gargoyles hit.
So I don't know, but like it's just those little jokes where I'm like, this is it, and it's just not. It's never it.
That's been happening to me with like some of my like song tweets, because like the reason why I typically post a lot about song like jokes is because I'm listening to some Bob FM-esque station where they're just playing like a smorgasbord of everything, because that's what we listen to at work, because I'm not in control of the music. So I always hear things and I'm like, man, and then I think of something silly to say, and then some of them do work, but then some of them don't. That George Thorogood tweet, I like legit was typing an essay, but I'm like, you know what? This is gonna go over, like, people aren't gonna sense the insane over the top sarcasm that I'm putting in this. So I'm just gonna make it short and sweet.
Yep.
They're gonna think I really put thought into this, and I'm not. I'm literally typing as I go. My only thoughts were, he drinks alone. He drinks bourbon and whiskey all the time, but he always leaves women satisfied. And I don't think those things connect. I don't think that's
the thing, Steven. Here's the thing. I'm gonna give him one. George Thorogood leaves women alone, and therefore they're satisfied. He doesn't bother them. He's not.
Every woman I meet, I leave satisfied, because I leave. I go drink alone with one bourbon, one scotch, and one damn beer. Okay,
that's it. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Like, he solved that mystery. He's just like, boom, I left them alone, and now they're satisfied. That's all they've ever wanted from me in particular. So.
George Thorogood.
He gets it. Someone was bound. Anyway, all right, Steven. So at the end of every week, we talk about what we're gonna do next. What are you doing this week?
So I'm wrapping page 1, I'm wrapping cover, and I'm roughing page 2, possibly doing page 2. That's my goal. I know Christmas season is so random. It's so hard to predict what our weekends and days are going to be, because especially as a parent, and you're a single parent, so it's even crazier, but sometimes you accidentally find caveats of time where it's like, oh, Tina, you're relaxing. The kids are, I'm going to go to the store right now because I can actually go to the mall or I can actually go do something real quick. So but my plan is to get all that done. That's my goal.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
And to ship everything. So
yes. Are you, dude, I can't wait. I
think I'm going to prioritize shipping first so that way I can get all the Kickstarter stuff.
Yeah, we should get those books out.
I also have the person that won the contest, most recent one on Don't Make It Weird. And then we got to go back and get the 2 that won from our episode. And I'll send those also.
Yes. So we're going to ship off everything this week. I'm going to try to finish curating my Anthony Ditch robots, and I'm going to start doing like a second draft of, just like see where I want to tighten up things before you get
the jokes hit though, man. Like the Kool-Aid Man joke that's been in the script for like a month or so now, I think, because I read the original draft like when it was like half done, and that joke made me laugh the first time, but there's a lot of good stuff happening later too.
Yeah, I think a lot of the jokes are going to stay. Like I think they're pretty good. I think like later on in the issue, some of their dialogue might get tightened up, or like I might add some backstory stuff, because I wanted to do a flashback sequence, but I was like, you know what, we don't need it in this one, we'll do it in the next one.
I have a question for you, because I've thought about this too. Because we try to stay pretty consistent.
Yes.
How long are we going Die Hard Deathless? Because like he's kind of John McClane right now with like barefoot, like in his pajamas. I mean, are you cool with that vibe? I'm cool.
Well, he's going to be like that until they have a better relationship.
Yes, and then he can actually get dressed,
yes.
like have an outfit.
Yeah, because I'm so excited to see the last page of issue 2 with. He essentially has a cape now. I wanted Deathless.
Dude, that cut from like you're
yeah.
Just like, dude, that made me like, dude, I literally like was like reading my phone and I laughed out loud. I'm like, that's perfect.
I'm so excited for it. Like,
I love those types of jokes, like those
too.
quick cuts. Like they're just so funny.
I'm sorry, listeners and viewers, but like I don't want to spoil the book, but like I have jokes. I'm writing jokes, and I think they're pretty good. And Steven likes them. Like I think issue 2 is going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to try to punch up some of issue 2 where I think it still needs it. I'm going to curate some bot chats and figure out this book a little bit better. And that's pretty much all I'm going to do. All right, so that's what we're doing this week. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. If you're only listening on one of the various podcasting apps, thank you. Please, if you have a second, just head over to youtube.com/wehaveissuespodcast and hit the subscribe button. Just help us out. Boost those numbers if you can. Watch our episode 1 billion times. 2 billion if you're, saucy. Just like help us out. We really need you. We appreciate you. Once again, help out Amanda. She's, seems like a really cool person. She's a fantastic artist. All the links will be below, and, just... It's the season, Steven. We need to help everyone we can. We're doing the best we can for the community.
Absolutely.
Right? So everyone, just do what you can if you if you can. Otherwise, we hope everyone has a great week. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. I'm Anthony,
and I am Stevie Wildcard.
And this has been episode 119 of We Have Issues. Holy crap, Steven. 119.
So crazy.
That's a lot. And Kevin Smith has not gotten back to me. It's just like never.
Hey, dog, come on. Just 2-minute interview. We'll send you the questions ahead of time.
Right? No surprises. We're not like
no surprises. We're not going to gotcha journalism. We're just going to fangirl over you for like 2 minutes, and then
let's fangirl over you.
But it's going to be like a good kind of fangirl. It's not going to be like when you go to a con and someone doesn't really know what to say to you. They're just nervous.
No.
Like we're going to be like, how hard were your?
We're going to Chris Farley you.
We're going to be like, how hard were your nipples when you were filming that sequence in Clerks 2? Specifically, which nipple was harder? I need to know. Didn't even get to brush my hair.
Declined your meeting is what I am just, my whole heart is broken, Steven. I got a message. It says, Steven Todd declined your meeting, and I just died inside.
I didn't even decline it. I just didn't get to it in time. But you know what's funny is I didn't have my headphones in. So I was looking for a brush. And I hear from my man cave full volume because I must have been listening to like a music or something on my monitors. And I just hear do 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 do, and I'm like, oh shit! And I'm like, fuck it, no brush, just gonna finger toss my hair.
I mean, it looks glorious though.
Thank you.
I don't know if anyone
Maybe I
would
should take these off though, because they're
the
glaring.
reflection, the glare.
The glare.
It does look nice, but yeah. Oh man. Oh, I like your shirt.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I felt like it's on theme slightly. I mean, we aren't quite there yet, but we're getting there.
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, I'm gonna have to come up with like a good pitches get stitches. I could have gone with my helves on the shelves. Maybe I could still do that.
Elves on the shelf.
Yeah. Hell shelves. Wait, what? No. All right. What time? What is it? 1:19. Oh, is there anything this week that you were like you totally want to talk about?
Damn it! I feel like there was. I feel like there was something good, but probably if I remember it, I will totally drop it on you just randomly.
Yeah.
Just in the middle of like some important.
I'm a
segment.
flat earther now. My life is different. This sheet of paper. That's my globe. This is my life.
Anthony, the Earth is controlled by demonic forces.
Yeah, always has been.
Always has been. Behind me, it's the other wild card that died in like episode 37.
That freaking dude. Okay, I mean,
he just goes. Legends never die, kid. They live in your.
Okay,
oh my god!
I'll put this chunk after the music so people can understand this story for a second. But like, there was an episode. That episode. So we had a joke. Steven was like Stevie Wildcard for a while, and for a minute, he told me he was like, you know, maybe I should get rid of the Stevie Wildcard thing, and I'll just be like Steven again. And I was like, okay. You know, we can. Yeah, but I have an idea. You know, we can do this. We'll kill off Stevie Wildcard in a funny way, and then you can come in. And you're like, oh, I don't know who that was. I'm Steven. And we planned this whole thing. And Steven comes in and he does this with his fingers. He goes, bah, and I was gonna put in this like funny like his gunshot sound. He was gonna like finger shoot himself, and he was gonna come in and be like, I'm Steven. But he did it, and then he's like, is it okay if I just call myself Stevie Wildcard? And just went with it. And it was so funny. Like, I lost it when this happened. But Steven, something traumatic happened. And that week, just like we are doing right now, like, it was like the night of, we shoot this thing, we record this thing, I'm editing it. And while I'm editing it, reports come in that there was a shooting, unfortunately, because we live in a place where that happens regularly, in our country. And I was like, panicked. My whole body was like, I can't in good conscience put out a thing where you're like doing this the next day. Like I did like what am I gonna do? That was our whole beginning, our whole intro, and like I just straight panicked, and I was like, what do I do? Well, I'll reshoot it myself. And then I was just like, you know what? I can do this. I'm gonna Photoshop. I'm gonna poorly Photoshop lasers out of your eyes. And it worked.
The only thing that would have topped that, and I don't even know if this is it's not even really that good of a joke, but if somebody like was blasted like horribly by lasers as you posted that, like someone invented a laser.
The first ever laser death happened this week. Like, no, I was doing everything I could to avoid this. I did not want to be this person.
Laser death happens to Nobel Prize beloved scientist that everyone loved and is. Oh, crap.
Neil deGrasse Tyson was murdered today via laser. Like, no, wait.
All right, he's gonna get clobbered with a fish. 10 fishermen clobbered by giant marlin. Oh man,
there's no way. It was so rough, and like our joke was so simple, and it was obviously in good fun, and like there was nothing distasteful about it in and of itself. But like, oh my god, the timing, the
timing was absolutely off, and it was a particularly. I mean, it's always bad, but it was a particularly bad situation. And
for sure. Oh, dude, that was crazy. Okay, let's get into it. So, okay, remind me if there's anything that comes up. Just remind me. You're gonna talk about it. But for now, all right, let's get into this. Here, I'm going to switch this over.